This week, a Capitol rioter who had previously pleaded guilty to participating in the Capitol riot, so they have been convicted now, a convicted Capitol rioter by the name of Benjamin LaRocca, went before the judge during his sentencing hearing, begging for leniency, and also, while begging for leniency, blaming Donald Trump, of course, for his actions. Here is what he said in a letter to the court. I deeply regret and apologize to the law enforcement personnel, Congress, and their staff's family members. Their family members have suffered tremendously ever since the January 6, 2021 Trump rally happened. If the Trump rally never happened, then the officers, faculty, and their family members would never have to suffer. See, that's the blame part, right? Man, if only that thing Trump did wasn't there, all these folks would have been totally fine. I wouldn't have been there, assaulting them and doing other things like I wasn't supposed to do, participating in the riot, whatever it is. None of it would have happened had it not been for this thing over here. Here's a problem, and I really wish the Capitol rioters would pay attention to this. We have had dozens at this point, dozens, possibly even hundreds, not kidding, of these Capitol riot defendants go into court and try to blame everything on Donald Trump. I did this because he told me to do it, some of them have explicitly said. I did this because he riled us up and I was caught up in the moment, but at the end of the day, it's his fault. Not one single time has that defense worked. It hasn't worked as a defense to keep you from being convicted. It hasn't worked as a defense to get you leniency in your sentencing. It hasn't worked once. Please stop making that argument. Because all of these judges that have looked at it, even, by the way, some Trump-appointed judges, have looked at these arguments and they said, well, guess what, though? You still did it. It's like if somebody tells you, hey, go kill that person over there, and then you do it, but then you go to court and you say, well, listen, they told me to do it. I wouldn't have done it had they not told me. The judge would be like, hey, that's really awesome. You still committed murder, so you're still going to jail. We'll deal with the other person when it's time to deal with the other person. But as for you, it doesn't matter who told you to do it. Doesn't matter who inspired you to do it. This is a criminal trial, not a civil trial. You're going down. Now, why did I just make the distinction that this is a criminal trial, not a civil trial? Glad you asked. Because even though these arguments are, of course, useless in criminal trial, they could easily come back to haunt Donald Trump in the civil trials that, by the way, a judge this week ruled he can't wriggle himself out of. Judge Amit Mehta this week said that Donald Trump cannot claim immunity from lawsuits brought against him by four Capitol police officers in 3 lawsuits that were injured during the Capitol riot. They're suing Trump for it, blaming him for the riot even happening. And now we have all of these Capitol riot defendants that have gone to court and said, Trump made us do this. I guarantee you, all of those arguments will be used against Donald Trump in that civil trial, because when the people who did, the assault are saying Trump told us to do it, yeah, I'd say that's pretty good evidence in those civil trials. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.